My name is Theresa Vandercar. I grew up in Montrose, Michigan. I've always been Catholic, but we've only been a part of Holy Redeemer for about the last 6 years. I have 7 brothers and sisters. We grew up Catholic, and so I always thought, like till I was about 5th or 6th grade, that everybody was Catholic. I loved everything about our faith, and I think a lot of that has to do with my mom, because she would tell me stories, but she would talk about how they would go to Mass every day, and she talked about things like the May crowning, and I just thought that sounded really cool. But we had what they called CCD, and I loved that. I mean, 1st grade on, and every summer we went to Vacation Bible School. I loved Vacation Bible School. I also had a great love for St. Teresa, the little flower, because I was told that's who I was named after. And we had these little books, and they told her story as a little girl. I was little, and she loved Jesus, and I wanted to love Jesus like her. There wasn't a lot of Catholic literature like there is now. I know growing up, you'd see him in the dentist office all the time. They would do Bible stories about Jesus, and he would always be showing up at people's houses or visiting somebody alongside the road. And I was reading one in my bedroom, and the door was closed, and I was reading about how Jesus is knocking on our door. And I was scared to open my door because I really thought Jesus was going to be standing there on the other side. I mean, a sense of his presence. But it made me fearful because I didn't want to open the door. But I think it spoke something to me that he was real and he was alive today. He wasn't just a person in history. When I was in the 7th grade, my brothers and sisters went on this youth retreat. I remember I was out in the yard playing basketball, just shooting hoops, and my mom and dad said, "Hey, we're going to go check it out. Do you want to go?" And I was like, "Sure." And we got there, and I was invited to sit with all the big kids. And so I was sitting on the floor, and this man was speaking about how much Jesus loves us and how he wants to have a personal relationship with us. In fact, he wants to be so close to us that he wants to be our best friend. He wants to be like this close. Being a 7th grader, I wanted a best friend. So he said, like, close your eyes, and he was like, then look at me eyeball to eyeball and say, I want Jesus. So I did that, and I prayed the prayer that he let us in. And we were taught about, having a daily quiet time with Jesus, and they gave us this prayer journal. And so every day I would write my journal. And then at one point I filled it up, and I went to a religion teacher who was really a youth leader, and I said, I filled it up. And her eyes just lit up, and she went, "Oh, I'll get you another one." And she was like so excited, so I got so excited, and I always loved to write. That was how I learned to pray. I just sat with Jesus, and I wrote to him, and I prayed with scriptures. The summer before I was in high school, my next older than me siblings went to Steubenville, Ohio for a youth conference. And they came home with these little crosses, and I thought they looked so holy. And I wanted to be holy. I wanted a wooden cross. I wanted to be like them. That fall at our retreat, we had our own crosses. And I remember my friends around me being so excited for us that we were going to get to receive a cross. But I remember going up, receiving my cross, and the man was praying over me, and this peace just flooding me. And I remember it being a significant moment, like it wasn't about wearing the cross. It was Jesus was with me in a very powerful, special way. That was my life. I never had a time where I didn't love Jesus or I didn't want to follow Jesus. Those weren't my struggles, but I think my struggles were internal of really trusting that I was loved. Like I went to a weekly prayer meeting. I liked that, but I'd always cry. I don't know why. I couldn't share without crying. And then my senior year, something happened. And I can't tell you what happened, but it changed me. I knew that the next time I went home and shared, I wouldn't cry. The older, like adults in our little prayer group would say, yeah, but the rest of us all did. Yeah. They knew me. They knew something happened.